Hello Marvel Heroes fans, my name is Wilfred and now I'm at the test center. This episode is going to be on Storm and I'm covering the biggest update ever from this game, Marvel Heroes. There are quite a number of heroes that's being released into test center, so I'm just going to test them as I can, and this is requested by Michael as well as Boy on Space. I think you guys wanted me to do a video on Storm, so I'm more than happy to help you guys out here. I know a lot of you have requested, just give me some time to go through them because I don't want to rush them through. I want to do some testing and so on before I make a video on this for you guys. So you guys can continue playing the live server, getting all these Omega points and gear while I do the work for you. Now, I think so far I've been focusing a lot on the heroes, talent and trait and power and so on. I haven't really got a chance to talk about the gears because the artifacts, in some sense, they change a lot of artifacts, and I'm kind of disappointed actually with how they handle the thing. Because, for example, Metasensory is no longer a generic gear; it's going to be, I think, one of the power type. I can't quite remember. I think it's energy, something like that. And the I think another one, White Suit Jacket, no longer a generic damage type. Again, they change it to physical. So now I've got some melee energy card for melee mental heroes, which I use it to buff my buff my health and defense. No longer can I use them. Basically, it's useless. Another example is a Storm. I used to have a ESP box for her, recovering spirit as well. Guess what? They changed to mental. So it's very disappointing because you can change the game however way you want, but you can't. I mean, you are already asking us to farm all the Omega gear, right? After the change is being updated in the live server, and we can still use the unique, but we can farm the next tier. But changing the artifact like that, I think it's just not right, because some of us spend a lot of time just farm for the right gear for the hero, and suddenly you say, well, it's not usable for your hero, so what am I going to do? I can't do anything. And also right now, the test center, there's a bug. I can't do a transfer of blessing, nor I can do any blessing. So now I'm at a cosmic time square. Whatever you see here for Storm is not going to be fantastic. I'm lacking 4 blessing. That's quite a lot actually. So my apologies. And also one of my favorite pet is no longer there because test center they don't really have all the heroes here. Just the selected ones they are ready for testing, but some of them is not there. So I think my pet is somewhere there. I've been asking them, can you do something like Diablo? Can you do something like World of Warcraft? This one is just follow whatever hero. It doesn't have to be a physical pet. One of those things. I can't use a pet, I can't use blessing. So whatever you see here, just take that into consideration. Alright, now on to a little bit more positive notes is that I think out of all the heroes I've seen so far, Storm is one of the most well designed, I think, in terms of the talents and trait. We are really presented with some build variants. You can go either for full lightning or full wind, or a mix of both, and the trait and talent kind of like cater for that as well. Now, so before I got there, before I talk about the build and so on, I think all these are just test center, all subject to change. But by and large, you got a Skybreaker and Wind Rider. So for those of you who have played Storm, probably understand that this part is more of like a lightning kind of damage. The other one is more of the wind kind of damage. So there's a lot of potential here for Storm. So I'm going to walk through with you some of this trait and the talents. Why I think that it's really really fun in the sense. All right. So now from a talent point of view, and from a goddess of weather, her trait is to increase the brutal strike chance by another 3%, and she's a striker from the archetype perspective, energy and speed. So that in a way, if you gear for plus energy, you get quite flat damage 4% extra per energy rank, or if through the infinity system, if you do that, you lose out a lot on the crit as well. So I personally wouldn't do that. I just pick the 5%. It's one of those things. It's asymmetric game design. Some are just feeling a pain in some way. All right. So now, but at least it's not energy and fighting. That will be even worse. Like brutal strike and also crit chance. Which one should I get? Right. All right. So this is the human Tempest. There's a secondary resource here on this bar. So as you deal damage, as you strike enemies, the Tempest is being filled, and then you can use a power called Storm Surge. Now I've tried it out at the dummy. If you just focus on one enemy, be as raid or just training dummy, this doesn't really, this take a really really long time to reach the climax, and and allow you to do a storm search on that. So I mean, I think majority, if you have a lot of mobs, of course, this thing will fill up quite fast. But if you are doing raid and so on, I think this is quite useless. Well, I mean, I don't think it's that useful in a sense. It's just one of those things. And the other thing is a Cloak of Wind. Cloak of Wind is the health generation, and she's a deflect dodge hero. Not ideal, not ideal. I mean, I wish that all heroes have defense inside. Either defense, deflect, or defense, dodge. I mean, dodge, deflect, both are by chance. All right. So the first tier of it is you could either increase the lightning by 10%. So if you increase the lightning by 10%, your lightning storm will stun the enemy for 2 seconds and so on. So what is a lightning storm? Lightning storm is one of these guys here. Lightning storm is here. So it's one of those power that you can deal damage over time and do a stun as well due to this one. And also buff this lightning power. So you have to make a choice here whether you want to go majority of the on lightning or say on a wind. So if you do a wind, then your certain tornadoes will have the can have additional ones. And I used to have this in my previous build. If you watch my guide, I have this tornadoes, but it's just that in this game the UI is so poor that you can't really see how many tornadoes are there. I mean, can you really count like, okay, 1, 2, 3 flying around? You can't. Games like Path of Exile, you have the big icon here. So here 3 summons here or 2 summon. One of them is gone. Resummon now. You can't. Or World of Warcraft have all these like macro that help you to do the thing. You can't really see anything here. So I used to do tornado, but I think I can actually do something different here. I think a lot of you probably think that I'm always want to stick back to the old world. No, I'm not. It's just that if I don't want to change for the sake of changing, but if the change is good, I'll go for it. All right, so that's my commitment. Okay, the third one is the Arctic Wind. So if you don't want to do a lightning power increase, don't want to do a wind power increase, what you can do is you can do a Arctic Wind as well. So what Arctic Wind can do is that it gives you the kind of like micro burst. You can do a micro burst, which is a nice cooldown. So micro burst is the one that is here. Hang on, my apologies. Hang on, micro burst is one here. You can change that into it's a weakening power, but you can change it into cooldown. Now, why don't I use that? There's actually quite a lot of reason why I don't use that. It's because the duration is so everywhere. Like like if you look at this guy, right? You're talking about duration 7.1 seconds or 6 second vulnerability. Then you have this one duration 9.5 seconds. This one duration 8 seconds, right? And if you add this one in, it's like 6. How many seconds is it? Like 6 seconds. So the cooldown just totally off the chart. Like I can't manage. It's back to the old Psylocke thingy. I just can't. I mean, I wish I could take this one. I think I should have, but I think in retrospect, I just want to something playable. I mean, to manage that many like power duration, to me it's just not fun anymore. They really should have synchronized something here rather than all these things. But anyway, I mean, I'm just trying to be constructive here. What they have done well, which is given us the choices, but what they have not done well, which is the duration just all over the places. I mean, you can just normalize the numbers rather easily. Everything aligned to either 4 second, 8 second, or something like that. Something easier to manage. The second tier of the trait would be the talent would be Storm Surge, freeze targets for 1.5 seconds, irresistible. And also apply the freezing Tempest. So what it really means is that this guy here, once it's full, you can use it. And once you use it, you can have a duration of 23.8 seconds of just slowing everything around you. So if you play the Storm in today's live server, you know that you have different Tempests as well. But the reality is that I think if you're talking about single target, it probably take more than 23.8 seconds to get to the full. So you can't really keep your Tempest uptime. However, if you're doing patrol, a lot of mobs around you, that is something doable. So you can either do a freezing one, or you can do like like lightning one, or you can do like the wind one, which is the deflect chance for you. So whichever way it is, it's just same as what Storm is today, the Tempest, but it is being commanded by this Storm Surge. So I was thinking whether I should have it or not, because I wasn't really that keen to have this one. But I think if you're doing raid, probably you change your build in a little bit. Right? I mean, that's build variety in some sense. All right. So now the next tier, the third tier on this talent is that the Storm Vortex, Typhoon damage plus 30%. Alright, so if you are using Typhoon, which is this one, now what it does is that this Typhoon, if you play Storm right now, at least from my perspective, I always find it a little bit, the Typhoon just doesn't hit the right places. I do a Typhoon and then someone move away, the Typhoon no longer there. Now, whether for bosses that keep running around, I think it's going to be a perpetual problem. I hope that Typhoon is something that can follow the bosses and stuff like that. But so that's one way to pull it into this area. Then the other one is that you have Exit Rain as well. So the Typhoon have Exit Rain, and Typhoon cooldown reduced by 5 seconds. Or you can have the Tempest generating rate plus 50%, so it's generate faster. And the then Typhoon cooldown minus 3. And looking at this one, you know what I would do? I'll actually do this one here, right? Because I always think that the Tempest have problem generating fast enough. So let me do a Tempest regen here to show you. I think it'll be quite interesting. The last two tiers, so stay with me here. The last two here is the Tailwinds, which is to do with Thundering Maelstrom. My English. Okay, so this is to buff the Thundering Maelstrom, right? This Tailwind, or you can have it as transform that into Hurricane Wind, a completely different power. It's a wind cooldown attack, knock back all the nearby enemy, or you can do it as a 1000 volt strike. Man, I just love the sound of it. One thing about this kind of design, right? I don't really fancy this kind of design. I'll tell you why. Because it forces you to use one of the skill, which is the this one here, right? It forces you to use one skill, because if I don't really want to use this guy, what can I do? I can't, because I cannot unselect this one, right? I wish there was something like, if you don't select any of these three, you gain maybe a 5% crit chance. I don't know, I'm just throwing it out, right? But you can't. You have to pick something out, and what if you don't use this power? You have to. So this become a mandatory power they must have in your toolbar, right? It's just one of those design, right? Okay, so the last tier of the talent is the healing ring. If you do obscuring fog, you can actually do a healing for yourself, for your team, or you can say, now the ball lightning will return to you at the end of the trajectory, and so on and so forth. And storm surge also applies certain things, so it becomes attack speed kind of like thing. So always strike twice. So that is the one, the ball lightning. Okay. Another one is Fury of the Storm, which is it will become a tempest around you. So this is something that you have to sort of like pick. And in a way, now that I'm looking at this one, I probably would like to do a ball lightning, because I'm using a ball lightning build. Then you ask me, why do you want to do a ball lightning build? I'm telling you, man, because everything is just area here, right? Area, ball lightning. I've got lightning storm area, crushing hot hell also area. Billion volt strike also area, and of course the Typhoon is an area, so everything is an area. So this is a truly area heroes, and I'm going to go in. I'm going to use Deadpool as well, because this is going to be a rough ride. I don't have any blessing. I feel very, very naked here. Yeah, I'm so used to saving someone here, but it's one of those things. Traveling, by the way. Alright, so that's it, and so I'm just going to kind of ball lightning all these things up. So I mean, it's all right. I mean, I burned my signature. So let's see. Well, I mean, you have to kite it around a bit, and I'm running out of. I'm telling you, man, this is like crazy stuff here. Alright, come back here, man. Come back here. Come back to me. No, you see, the Typhoon is just like gone. So as you can see, the Tempest, even with 50% right increase, you can't get any Tempest right now. No Tempest for you. So it's one of those things. I mean, I said, I mean, this thing is just imagine this is already 50% faster. So imagine if it wasn't the case, then it would be rather unpleasant, would it not? Right? So ball lightning come back to me in a sense. Look at the ball lightning. This is really cool. Was it working like that before? Like, wow, these are because they are returning back to me, is it? Okay, this is fun time. But I mean, I have to say, wow, this billion vote kind of thing. I mean, Storm played Neo, man. I mean, this is a really good design. I wish all heroes are like that, but they are not. So let me just... man, I mean, it's not enough kiting, man. It's not enough kiting. Definitely not enough kiting. It's... I mean, not enough charges. I wish that there are more charges I could use. As a Storm, I think it's important. So maybe, you know, move speed is important too, but I can't really afford to have all this move speed, can I? Okay, I'm going to conceal myself and do a Typhoon here. And you see what I mean? I mean, all the bosses are just gone away from the Typhoon. So the problem is, okay, I'm going to use the Surge here. So this is the one that's supposed to like big damage. You know, I've been waiting for this moment for a very long time. Even longer than Signature, my friend. So, I mean, take things in perspective. I'm without, wow, this is really cool, man. The ball lightning come back to me. Man, this is awesome stuff. I enjoyed it a lot. You know, sometimes, right, I really feel that, you know, I think it's different team, man. Whoever do this, like Storm design is really, they need an award. I think they have to receive an award. I mean, I'm just playing like a Rocket Raccoon, right? I wasn't that happy with that. I was actually very disappointed with how the Rocket Raccoon is being designed. Maybe I need more time with him, but it's just one of those things. I think it's just depending on design team, whoever designed this. You know, some designer are better, some not as creative. So I don't know, man. I mean, I love everybody at Gazillion, but wow, I need to run out. I can't. Why can I not run out? Oh, because I ran out of dash, is it? It's just one of those things. Poor dash. You know what they should do? I mean, I've been saying this in the forum as well. You know, instead of penalizing us for the dash, because sometimes you just have to dash. Some heroes are just more fragile than others. So instead of doing that, right, I think what they should do is that you know, you can dash all you want, but you decrease your DPS or decrease your whatever it is. You know, just to make it a level ground. So you could. I don't know, man, just one of those things. So should I use my Storm Surge or not? Maybe I should do a Surge here. But does it do anything? I don't know, man. So I need to... So 2 times already. I mean, I don't think some of this, like, you know, optional. I have to move a Storm, right? I mean, I didn't move in time. It's already like I run out of charge. I have to walk. Goodness me. Man, I love Art of War, you know. I do love Art of War, but just some of this decision is a bit weird. Look at the ball lightning, man. They're all chasing after me. That's how slow it is. You can just feel the whole screen with all these things. You know? Wow. Let's do an ultimate here. What? This is good stuff. Come on, man. I wish there's a way to freeze the boss and whatnot. Again, it move away. What can I do? Oh, man, disappointment, huh? Nah, it just doesn't cut, man. The signature is just so poor. I can't. I was running out of like a charge here. Wow, I can die here, man. Seriously. Wow, this guy keep pulling me. I'm running out of charge. Anyhow. Okay, so yeah, I mean, it's a little bit rough, rougher than the other one, but just take things in perspective. I do not have the blessing with me, so whatever you see is just one of those things. And they're coming back to me. Look, wow, that's how slow it is, man. Does it even hit the balls at all? Like, you know, what if I come over here, man? Come on, take some hit. Does it work? It does work. Wonderful. Oh man, this is good stuff. So yeah, I mean, I'll give the design an A+, but there's still a lot of things need to be done. I think the Tempest thingy, I don't know, man. I'm not feeling that. But the board lightning kind of win the show, man. You know, well, and other things as well. I think this one is really good. So anyhow, I hope Michael and Boy on Space and others who has been asking for Storm enjoy this part of the video. I mean, this is really for you guys. Yeah, never mind. My thought will be for another day. I'll talk about that. Anyhow, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.